Hello guys.
Hey guys.
I hope you're all well. So I'm Mitchell, if you don't already know, and I'm from the Instagram page Mitchell.
And I'm CC Clark, and I'm CC Clark Beauty on Instagram, and I'm a music artist and beauty influencer.
I'm going to start off with a little bit of a hydrator moisturiser. This is the NYX Bear With Me, the Jelly Primer, and it's such a hydrating product, and it's just so satisfying looking at it as well.
It's like goo, I love it.
I think it's going to be really good for travel as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Like when I'm travelling, I get stuff everywhere, but this just doesn't even tip out. Like,
whoa.
I'm so magic. So, because I've got to be hygienic, I'm going to go in with a little spatula.
Amazing.
Get this out on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use quite a lot of this. I think when you're doing this kind of look where it's all about skin and that glow from within, it's really important to have a hydrated base. And even if I'm working on someone with an oily skin, I would still do this step. I think it's so important. And especially if you're going to be using powders and stuff like that later on in the process, I think it's really important to have a hydrated base to start with. And I'm going to be taking this on a brush. It's a really nice consistency, but it just needs working in.
Yeah, I've only tried this on the back of my hand, and I was
it
like,
felt good.
It felt so nice. So,
I'm just going to brush it onto the shoulders to start with. Anything that you can see, this is where I'm going to put it. And it's really just going to help everything go over the top of it, really smooth. I'm going to take it all the way across the collarbones.
Ooh.
Basically anywhere that I'm going to be applying any kind of makeup product. So then I'm going to take the product on my hands and really just start to work this through the face. And this feels so smooth, guys.
That feels lovely.
Oh my god, it's like water. I love that. And I love that in a skin prep product because it doesn't feel thick. It just glides. And always light layers. It's so important to be working in light layers. Like notice I'm not applying it all to the face all at once. I'm really letting it sit in the skin and then adding another layer to really let that soak in. It makes a massive difference to the way your product applies to the skin.
Amazing.
So now I'm going to take the Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil, and this is in the shade, what shade is this? Beige Camel.
Oh.
So again, what I'm going for with this is a really kind of skin-like look, so I don't want to over-apply product. Later on in the makeup, I'll really make it a bit more full coverage, but with this product, I want it to stay looking like skin. So don't be expecting like no full coverage finish with this. We're not doing drag with this one, yeah? But later we'll be doing drag, yeah.
Ooh.
So I'm going to take our tinted skin veil, and I'm really working it into my brush. I'm not just picking it all up straight away, I'm really working it into the bristles.
Amazing.
And again, light layers at a time. We can always add more, but it's going to be a lot harder for you to then take it away, okay? So I'm going to start in the center of the face, and I'm just going to tap it into the skin. You'll notice, no matter what foundation I'm using, whether it's a BB cream, whether it's something a bit more like a tinted moisturiser, or a really full coverage foundation, my way of applying foundation is always just to pat it into the skin. I always really stay away from the hairline with my product.
I was going to say, it does get a bit tricky around the hairline sometimes, doesn't it?
Especially when you're either really dark or really light. I always stay right away, and then what I'll do is I'll go in with my bronzer closer to the hairline. And again, you don't really need foundation or anything up here because she's literally got perfect skin up there, so she's good. We don't need to be going in with loads of layers of foundation up there. So now I'm going to add a little bit of concealer. This is where you can sort of go and add a little bit more coverage to it. Again, with this one, I still wanted to keep it looking like skin, so I'm only going to add the tiniest bit of concealer. I'm going to be using the new Can't Stop, Won't Stop concealers. Pretty similar to the tinted skin veil that we applied. Yeah. Just going to do a few little dots just under the eye, and maybe just through the center of the face as well. So I'm going to take another little brush by NYX, and I'm going to take a little bit of that concealer on the back of my hand as well. I like to apply concealer to my brush before I actually buff it out on the skin, because sometimes if I went to buff out this underneath the eye, because if I had a clean brush, it would just take it all back. So I like to have a little bit of something on the brush to start with. I'm going to take it all the way into the inner corner area. And just add in that underneath the eye. It just lifts the face a little bit more. So I'm going to go in with these Bear With Me, another Bear With Me product. These are like the cheek stains, but again, you can use these for so many different things, even the eyes, the lips, cheeks. I'm going to start on the cheeks. So I'm going to take another brush. You can just apply this straight to the face if you wanted to, but if I applied this over this area, I'd take away everything that's underneath it. So I'm really going to avoid skin-to-skin contact with this.
Yeah.
Just working it into a brush. I'm getting a really nice, generous amount on there. And then again, notice I'm still just tapping my brush. So I'm going to just start tapping this. And a cream will blend out really easily for us. I'm going to apply it quite strong to start with, in the areas that I really want to go for. I don't really want to add too much bronzer to this. I want more of a blushed kind of look. So I'm just going to apply it across the cheeks like that, just to start with. And again, just bear with me, guys. And then I'm going to go back to our concealer brush and really just buff on the edges. Really stay away from spreading your brush too much. Just a light tap does the job. Okay, so once I've finished sort of softening that blush just around the edges, I'm then going to take the same brush and with whatever I've got left in it, I'm just going to run this just over the eyes. And again, it's just going to give us a little bit of more of an even finish to the eyelids. And then I'm going to go into the Away We Glow drops and basically put this everywhere I can. Everywhere that it can fit.
Love it.
So when I apply this, I'll literally just put it on the back of my hand first. So I'm going to take this on a big fan brush. I love these for I love this with a fan brush. And really just push that right onto the shoulders. So I'm going to stick with my illuminator to start with, and I'm going to take that on that same brush that I used to blend out my concealer. Notice I'm always coming back to a similar brush. This is just going to help all my products melt together really easily. I'm going to take this right into the cheekbones first. So now I'm going to take a lip gloss, and this is the Filler Instant Gloss, and it says filler, so
we love that.
We love it. So I'm going to take that gloss on the back of my hand, on my finger, and I'm going to use this on the cheeks.
Oh, I thought you were going to put it on my lips.
If you actually look at it on the back of my hand there, can you see how it's got that beautiful sheen?
Oh my goodness.
And this is actually something I do on myself, because again, I don't like looking like I'm wearing loads of makeup, but I love to look wet and glowy. And applying something like this, like something that's clear, but really sort of shiny, is a beautiful product to use. Just really work it into your finger first. You don't want to pick a load of it. We don't want it to be like gloopy.
Like a blobby gloop, yeah.
And then I'm just going to tap it just in the areas where I've put a highlighter. So now I'm going to take another gloss. And again, I'm doing this because I want it to look really, really radiant. I want it to literally look like she's going from all angles. And glosses are really beautiful things to use for this. This is another lip gloss. This is in the shade Sparkling Please. It's so pretty. I swatched it on the back of my hand before, I nearly fainted. So I'm just going to take it on my finger again. Remember, use what your mama gave you. I'm going to get it to close and just tap this all over the lid. And I'm even going to take it up to the brow bone as well. So I really want to show you guys how universal these are. You can use them pretty much anywhere. Again, you can use them on the eyes, the skin like we've already done, and also on the lip. So I'm just going to take this on my finger and run this all over the lip. It's going to give a really light wash of colour. It's going to feel really comfortable because it's that gel consistency. And almost with this, I don't really want it to be too much of like a sharp lip. I want it to look like her natural lip. So don't be too worried about it being too neat, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use that same gloss that I just used on the eye. I love a monochromatic look, so this will really give us that.
Ooh.
It's going to go over the top. How stunning is that? I'm going to get it right on the Cupid's bow. Love gloss on the Cupid's bow.
Same.
Just pulls it all up forward. I'm going to take my finger and really just tap that through the lip again. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of the cream, the gel brush. Is it a cream blush or gel blush? So I'm just going to take this on a blending brush. I'm just going to pop a little bit through the crease.
Ooh.
Just add a little bit of colour up there. So I'm just going to go back to a brow really, really quick and just really just fill in where I sort of went over before, just to really reinforce it and make it look really clean.
I love these little micro pencils.
Oh, they're so handy. They're so set. Like the size of them is perfect. And then just to finish it off, I'm just going to take a little bit of that no filter powder, and I'm literally just going to run this just through the centre of the face a little bit, just to make sure everything's locked in. But again, I'm using a really light amount of powder. You don't need loads. I'm going to use that same brush that I used for my concealer. You don't really need to use too many brushes, especially with this kind of look.
The moment of truth.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh wow. Oh my goodness, I don't think my skin has ever looked this
glowy.
Glowy?
Yeah, you look cute.
Yeah.
So good.
I feel like reborn, 100%. Amazing.
This is kind of something that you could just wear day to day, something that you can just do really quickly as well. Like you could stop at any point and you could go on at any point as well. You don't need to add as much lip gloss to the eye if you don't want to, if you want to keep that a bit more matte. There's so many ways that you could use these products and really make it really beautiful, depending on who you work it on.
I always think, oh, for my lips to look plump, I need to overline them, but actually, you've managed to
the placement of like the lip
illusion.
gloss is really going to enhance that shape. So just having a little bit on your Cupid's bow, it's going to make you like, again, a little bit of filler. All there for that. All there. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye guys.